I am Curtis Lum. Some people know me as an actor, a writer, producer. I'm many different things to many different people. I'm a very eclectic person. I'm a Vancouverite. I'm a second generation Asian Canadian. I was born here in Vancouver. I was raised in Honolulu, Hawaii for the beginning of my life. And now I currently live in 3 different cities, here, London, and in Los Angeles, California.
So we're currently dining in Chinatown. Did you spend much time in Chinatown growing up?
Most days after school, I would come down here as soon as I got picked up, and I would go shopping with my mom or dad or my grandfather. Fun fact, my grandfather started the first push cart dim sum restaurant in Vancouver.
Wow.
Yeah, it was called the Jade Palace. It was down the street, 2nd floor. So, you know, dim sum for me, it's more than just good food. It reminds me of, like, you know, who I am and where I've come from and my roots. What Chinatown is for me now is I love just coming back here and reminding me of home. My whole life I've dealt with, you know, racism. What I've realized over the years is that I had a lot of that anger and a lot of the biases towards myself and towards, you know, our own community. With all of the nasty stuff that we've been seeing that's been happening over the last couple of years, especially a lot of this anti-Asian hate rhetoric that's been out there. What's become of that is also, you know, a lot of love, where we've been forced to really band together and work together, and for the first time in a long time, communicate to one another and be vulnerable with each other. And with that comes a lot of strength. People are being open to celebrating being Asian together, as opposed to feeling like there's competition. I think we're learning that that's not how you uplift a community. We should welcome the idea of more good restaurants, more good actors, more good Asian stories. Because as soon as that happens, then it opens up the door for more opportunity all around. Rare Spirit is a clothing line that I started with my partner Richie. We started it back in 2020 in the thick of the pandemic, during a time where there was a lot of noise and negativity going on. I didn't want to just contribute flippantly to that noise, and I thought, rather than talking about it, I'm just going to do what I'm capable of doing with my actions.
I just remember seeing the John Lennon War is Over campaign. It's just a really beloved design for its message, and then with everything going on, I was just like, well, we should say hate is over. The Rise Above This Madness campaign is kind of actually an idea that I've been sitting on for a while. Again, with everything going on, I just felt like the message was really, you know, would really resonate with people.
It was a true reflection of where we were at the time, and something that we were aiming to try to promote. Because there was so much noise and so much negativity going on, a lot of our designs have a charitable aspect to it, where we attach ourselves to causes or campaigns that we feel passionate about supporting. So it's not only about looking cool and making cool designs for people, it's also about, you know, helping those in our own community.
As a multi-hyphenate creative, where do you get your inspiration from?
Being present has allowed me to really open my eyes to everything that's going around me. So I've literally been able to draw inspiration from everyone around me. And so I'm now gravitated towards that in life.
This is a good night for your grandma to meet Ella.
Everything okay?
Everyone's really excited.
You know how she is.
Babe, you said she wasn't racist.
I said she wasn't MAGA racist.
Does your grandma know I'm black?
She's here.
Can't wait to see the look on Mama's face.
Good luck tonight, kid.
I thought my grandmother was extremely racist. And of course, in hindsight, the whole thing was hilarious because at the end of the day, it was all just one big intergenerational / intercultural misunderstanding and miscommunication. Something that I thought was pretty unique to, you know, my life being where I'm from. As it turned out, once we put it out, we had people messaging us from like, you know, Poland, Romania, Africa, Malaysia, China, all over the world, thanking us for telling the story because they were able to see themselves in it and relate to it. So that really opened my eyes to, wow, okay, you know, I'm on the right track doing what I'm doing. Bringing smiles to people's faces like around the world.
With all that you're working on now, how do you stay focused on elevating yourself as well as elevating your own community?
I think it goes hand in hand. The more that I can elevate myself as an artist or a storyteller, that also inherently elevates my community. It's our time now. You know, we're finally in the conversation. I feel like the generations before ours, they've taken most of the brunt work in terms of like the true conflict, you know, of the struggles of being North American. Not to say that it's completely easy for our generation, but it's definitely been easier, I think. And I think now, for the newer generations coming up, you know, it's their time to shine. Things are more open than ever, and the world is ready to hear our stories. I think I used to define myself as someone that was just coming out guns blazing, just knocking down doors and trying to get my name out there. I want my voice to add some sort of value to the conversation. I've dealt with a lot of racism my whole life, for as long as I can remember. Both from external and internal, but I now am at a place where I'm able to look at it and think it's also what makes me who I am. It tells my story and helps me with my journey. At the end of the day, all we really are the stories that they'll tell of us when we're gone, right? And when I'm gone, I feel like I just want people to say, man, that guy really went after it. I'm Curtis Lum, and I'm just trying to make it while making a difference.